It's hey mom. Just before I muted, I decided to put closed captions on so that you can still think.
Followed by the N1R line. The purpose of this night is to information of interest to amateur radio, to handle traffic, familiarize participants with net operations, and also conduct any other net business as deemed appropriate. All licensed amateurs, regardless of their affiliations, are invited to participate and encouraged to check in to this net.
Also, by the way, does anyone need to use a repeater before I begin the evening's nets?
Roll call follows. Please stand by.
This is a directed net.
And we will take check-ins with traffic comments or any other net business first letter suffix alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
Hey, look.
Could be anything amateur radio related. We will now begin a general roll call. Stations with or without traffic or announcements. First letter suffix A, B, or C. Please call now. First letter suffix D, E, and L.
This is here is L7FJ, Rich in West Springfield.
Here is NL7FJ, Rich, West Springfield. Good evening, Phil, and good evening to the net.
Remember me yesterday, that last week, NL7FJ made my first announcement. His first announcement.
Yes, you got it. Okay, next call group is first letter suffix GH and I. And they're not key the repeater without a call sign. This is November 1, Foxtrot, Delta Charlie. Net control station for the info net listening for check-ins. First letter suffix JK and L.
We're available. Clear thoughts that last call. We're going to be on air for fuel.
Again, nothing heard. First letter suffix M, N, and O.
Here is November 1, November, Papa, Echo. Denison, Springfield. Good evening, Phil. And maybe someone else.
Single-handedly doubling the number of check-ins. Dennis the joint is N1FTE. Good evening. All right, this is N1FTC NCS for the info net listening for check-ins. First letter suffix P, Q, and R.
Here is
N1 TVX.
Stephen Westfield on the 2-meter side. No traffic. Good evening, all. This is Kilo Bravo 1, Papa Kilo India, Ken and Chicopee. Good evening, Phil.
And doubling our numbers. Hi, Steve. N1 PVX. How do you do, Ken? KB1 PKE has joined us. You're listening for check-ins. First letter suffix
ST and U.
This is Alpha Alpha 1, Uniform Echo, Jerry in Southampton, on a handheld on 2 meters. Good evening, Phil. Good evening to the net.
Actually, they were looking in the wrong place because he had the medallion without the right place.
Welcome to Gary A1UE. And the last station, you're just not quite in there. Please try again. I'll listen a little more carefully. That's KC1 SEW Mike, is that correct? Alrighty, welcome to Mike KC1 SEW. Alright, and K1UE has been acknowledged. Thank you, Jeff. And let's see, the last call group is first letter suffix. VW, XY, and Z.
On 70 centimeters, Kilo 1 Victor Whiskey, Quebec, Danny in the town of Southwick. We are on commercial power at the moment with no other messages or traffic. Good evening all.
The little gap there. I believe it's KC1 VHP. Can I get a yes or no on that?
Lower the volume, please.
Get any more of that than I did? We're going to run with that then. Hey, welcome K1 VWQ. How do you do, Dan? Good to hear your voice. And let me see. This is November 1, Foxtrot Delta Charlie SCS4. The InfoNet listening for any other check-ins with or without traffic or announcements. Alpha 2 Zulu. Please call now. This is
November 1. Don't forget not to hotel, commercial powers, knowledge one now.
This is Kilo
They
Delta
want
Kilo Uniform. Ken,
the other kind of Jiggabee.
commercial power, negative traffic. Good evening, Phil. Good evening to all.
Wish.
So you're looking to ruin something for her in the front pages? AB has a fondness for the comic strip Marmaduke.
At first it was like the Halloween breakers.
3 check-ins. 2 barely, actually. N1, the Juliet Oscar Hotel. What's the name over there?
This is the W1 COM repeater, EL127.3.
Sierra, Charlie, Oscar, Tango, Tango.
And then Ken, KD1KU with, of course, a perfect signal. Dan, N1IVT, you're barely into the machine. You want to see what's going on wrong there, because I barely heard you. You captured the machine without a problem, but there's barely any audio. N1IVT, this is N1FTC.
I cannot hear anything.
Yeah, I think I captured it, but there's just no audio.
Oh, we got N1IVT. I'll just view it. So everyone in
I'll
the
be here.
Tango,
Alright, this
Ken
is
and
November
Oreo.
1, Foxtrot, Delta Charlie, NCS, or the Dakota. Are there any other late check-ins? With or without traffic or announcements? Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
Mommy.
Are there any queries for this net? Lots of good people here, lots of good people for information, especially for the newer fellas. Anyone have any questions on operations, frequencies, procedures, just about anything? Call it 1FTC.
N1TBS.
K1VWQ.
But VWQ, what you got, Danny? Or do you, sir?
Yeah, thanks, Phil. I switched over to 2 meters. I wanted to see if I can catch IVT on the input, but he stopped transmitting. But then I noticed when you were talking, it was low. What's your power at the moment, Phil? I'm just wondering if it's, I'm not sure what it is, but you're lower than normal. Must be power.
Radio also. And I'm running 5 watts. Almost perfect SWR. My 10 would bit the big one 2 weeks ago, so I've been running a V8000. But yeah, I'm at 5 watts. Once again, just about perfect SWR, 1.1 to 1. So it's not going to get much better than that. Back to you.
Okay, well that answers that. Yeah, you're DFQ in the machine, of course. And I can just barely hear you on the direct. And then when we were talking about Dan, he was having low audio too, so I just thought I'd check it. And then of course he didn't transmit again. But yeah, okay, well that explains it. 5 watts. That's understandable. Back to you.
Call police.
K1BWQ.
K1BWQ. This is N1FDC. 5 watts, Yezu, but I've got twice the antenna. How's that doing? This is N1FDC NCS.
Okay, well I didn't have the reverse on, but yeah, the audio sounds wonderful through the machine, but maybe I'll listen to the rest of the net direct and we'll see what we can see, or hear what we can hear. Back to you.
I see you.
This is the rest of this net, so I'm going to toss my call sign a couple times. This is November 1, Foxtrot Delta Charlie. November 1, Foxtrot Delta Charlie. I'm at net control for this evening. See if Dan can get a better fix on my signal.
Oh yes, that was an S6 and perfectly readable. K1VWQ. Thank you.
Yeah, I went from 5 watts and 3 dB to 5 watts and 6.5 dB, so it's gonna be different.
Do that again.
All right. Well, thanks again, Phil. I'll just I'll listen on direct in case anybody else. I'd be curious to see what
How
Dan's
about I did
doing.
that to my hand?
But I'll listen out for the rest of the net. Thank you.
Don't do it like that.
Thank you for
You're
the
not
signal
gonna do
report.
that with
Let's see, this is November 1, Foxtrot Delta Charlie. So you're going to call in 1IVT and 1IVT. Did you find that anything, Dan? Over to you. Same thing. You capture it, but there's just no audio. not the power, Dan, it's the audio. There's just almost nothing there, which I find very strange.
Keeping her head up.
81 KU.
UNKU acknowledged, and over to you.
Yeah, I had caught him before, but much better that time on the input, and absolutely no audio. And that's direct on the input. I had him almost full scale too, so definitely on Dan's end.
It's like when I was running just on the exciter from the Kentwood. That was a little upsetting, but I think that radio just finally gave up. Unfortunately, gave up the ghost. But anywho, okay. This is November 1, Foxtrot, Delta Charlie. Are there any other questions for this net? Any other thing that anybody would want to find out? This is N1FDC.
N1 PVX, Danny needs some percussive maintenance.
What the?
A bigger hammer.
Other.
Well, not only throwing things against the proper wall helps too much. It helps psychologically. All right. If there are no other queries or comments for this net.
N1 PVX.
Thank you one and all. Better turn up than I was expecting for this wonderful evening. This has been a regular session of the MTA Area Information Net, which is held every Wednesday beginning at 7:30 p.m. Thank you all for checking in to the W1POM repeater system. MTA area asks if you use our repeaters, please support MTA area. Keep things on the air. This is November 1, Foxtrot, Delta, Charlie, repeater back to normal. You stay tuned for the MTA area swap net, followed by the ever popular N1 RLN.